Welcome to Refined Fitness Blog. I'm Colin, and today we're going to go over some basic interval training that you can add to any kind of workout you're doing. Basically your interval training is going to take place of your traditional training where you're trying to stay in a certain heart rate range. What you're going to do with interval training is you're going to work at a high period of intensity with a period of low intensity that kind of matches that. So the whole idea is you're working in a higher percentage of your heart rate and you're kind of taking breaks at that lower percentage. But it really helps boost your metabolism, burn calories, and overall better for you and your fat burning as well as your overall health. So we're going to use Marco here. We're going to show you with the treadmill how you can do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up. In this case, we're only going to do about a minute, but when you're on your own treadmill at home, I want you to do 5 minutes. What you're going to do after that is we're going to do a 30-second sprint. Now with a 30-second sprint, you're going to match that by a minute-and-a-half break. And the whole idea is you're going to go through that whole routine 6 times. So a 5-minute warm-up, then you're going to, as soon as you read 5 minutes, you're going to sprint for 30 seconds. As soon as that 30 seconds is up, you're going to take a minute-and-a-half break, and then you're going to do that again. And you're going to do that 5 more times. By the time you're done, you should be at about 16 and a half minutes. And the remaining 3 to 3.5 minutes is going to be a cool down where you're just letting your heart rate come down. So we're going to show you how to do it here. You're going to hit quick start, which is usually the big green button on a treadmill. If you're riding a bike or you're using the elliptical, you just start to move. And we're going to choose a generally low level that Marco finds kind of compatible to what suits his needs. So Marco could probably hang out around a 6 at a light jog for him. So this is going to be a little bit of a warm-up. Considering he's in pretty good shape, a 6 is a nice light jog for him, so that way we're not pushing him too hard, but he's getting some blood flow and he's ended up working a little bit. For a beginner exerciser, it may be a light walk at a 3.5, maybe with a little bit of incline. So you'll see here. So for our treadmills, you have your incline or your speed here, which is at 6 miles per hour. You have your incline here, which is at 0. On our left corner here, Marco just is about to hit 1 minute. So once he hits 2 minutes, that's going to be considered our warm-up, and then we're going to go right into our sprints. What I want to make sure you're doing at home is that you want to be doing a 5-minute warm-up. Really important to get you mentally focused as well as to get all your muscles warmed up, kind of like you're warming up an elastic band when you're going to use it. So when he hits 2 minutes, we're going to start his 30-second sprint. Now what we need to take into account is that with a treadmill, if I tell him to jump to 10 miles per hour, which is what the number we're going to use, it's going to take the machine probably 15 seconds to get warmed up, and when I go back to about 5 or 6 miles an hour for his cool down, it's going to do the exact same thing. So we need to take that into account. So he's about 10 seconds before, and we're going to hit it now. So we're going to go to level 10, and it's going to take a couple seconds to get speeded up here. So we're going to let Marco run. See how hard he's working? He's going to be up in that higher heart rate range that we want. And he's going to go for 30 seconds straight. He's taking nice long strides. He's breathing the whole time. He's standing upright. And the whole idea with this is that his heart rate is going to be so high that it's really going to boost his metabolism. And then taking that into account, he's going to jump right back down to a level 5 or 6. And you'll actually see the treadmill start to come down. Now the whole idea, if he's really tired right now, he's going to be, and eventually as this goes further and further, he's going to be more and more tired. We can even bring this down to a level 4 if need be, that he can get a nice little walk. For a beginner, it may be a level 3 or a level 2, whatever you find suitable for yourself that's not too taxing. The whole idea is that this next minute and a half is going to be nice and relaxing for him. So we just hit 3 minutes. He's already had a minute 20-second break. And then we're going to take it all the way to 4 minutes, and as soon as it reaches 4 minutes, we're going to go into it right again. So the most important thing is when you're using the treadmill, you have to account for the time that the treadmill is going to get started and the time it takes that treadmill to slow down. So we're going to get into a second interval here in about 45 seconds, and the whole idea with the second interval is it's number 2 of 6. We're going to do 6 full intervals. That way it ends up being about a 20-minute workout. We're gonna take a look back at it here. Marco's got 15 seconds before he needs to really bump it up. And at about 10 seconds too, right about now, he's gonna bump it up to a level 10 again. You see that? Treadmill's gradually speeding up. And by the time he gets to 4 minutes, he's good to go. He's in his sprint mode right now. He's got 30 seconds of this. His speed is up, his heart rate's up, he's working hard for 30 seconds. Got 8 seconds left. And he's letting himself relax. So that's number 2 of 6 intervals. So he's going to continue to do this for the next 10 minutes or so. What we're going to do is we're going to speed this up. So we're going to pretend that was Marco's 6th interval. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring that down. So now we're going to pretend we're in his cool down. So let's say he just finished his 6th interval, and as this changes to 5 minutes, we're going to pretend it's later. We're going to go into his cool down. So right now he's walking at a level 4 or 4 miles per hour. We're just going to gradually let his heart rate come down. So this is where he can focus on watching TV, focus on taking deep breaths. This is where he can really just kind of relax. His cardio workout's done. The hard part is done, and he's going to lead into some stretching after this. Feel free to check out our stretching videos on the blog as well. There's some really good full body stretches we'll be doing. Keep in mind that this workout is intense, it's hard. You can do it on the bike, you can do it on the elliptical, but the whole idea with it is you're working hard for a short period of time. 20 minutes of this high intensity interval training is equal to over an hour of steady state cardio. So your metabolism and your whole body and the effect it has on your entire body is going to be much greater than simple, old school kind of heart rate training. Feeling okay?
Yeah, great.
And as the minutes go on, the next 4 to 5 minutes go on, I can gradually decrease his speed here until he's just comfortable and his heart rates come down to a lower level. Other than that, that's your beginner interval training, 30-second sprints with a 1.5-minute break, 6 times through that with a 5-minute warm-up and about a 5-minute cool down. Should take you 20 minutes or so. Use the bike, use the treadmill, use the elliptical, try it outside, do whatever you may, but give it a shot, and it makes a world of difference in your workouts.